Here are the top 10 mistakes in internal ownership transition. Making someone an owner for the wrong reasons. You know they won't make a good owner. He's been with the company for a long time and is technically competent, but he can't sell and he has no leadership skills. However, you are making some younger employees an owner and are afraid he would be offended and leave the company if you don't offer him ownership. You decide to make them an owner? Big mistake. Using the wrong outside advisors. When you decide to start an internal ownership transition, you need to deal with a lot of advisors. You have consultants, you have attorneys, you have accountants, and you need to have people that have experience in the AE industry. Unless they have experience in the AE industry, there is a better than even chance they will screw up the deal. Setting up an us versus them scenario. When offering ownership to a group of employees, it must be done on an individual basis. I have seen a group of potential owners hire their own attorney and negotiate as a team. This only sets up the likelihood of a failed negotiation and hard feelings. Ownership is a personal issue. Compensation. Not separating ownership from employment compensation. Ownership receives a return on investment. Employment receives compensation based upon performance. Don't confuse the two. Personal issues. Not dealing with the personal side. People want to feel important. Don't forget that fact when bringing in a new owner. Do your best to make them feel important. It is not strictly a business transaction. Not dealing with the leadership side. When transitioning from a first-generation firm to a second-generation, you usually wind up with more owners. Management by committee is overrated. Clear lines of responsibility need to be established if the transition is to be successful. Employee reluctance. Assuming the new owners will go along with whatever you offer. I am amazed that many owners expect the potential new owners to go along with whatever deal you offer. In fact, the opposite is often true. There is usually a sense of entitlement to deal with. Many potential new owners are offended that they are being asked to pay for anything at all. After all, haven't they worked here for the last 15 years? The valuation. Setting the price too high. Many owners have an unrealistic assumption on what their practice is worth. This is often fueled by an unrealistic valuation performed by someone with no experience in the industry. Too short of a payback period. 7 to 10 years is realistic for a payback. Anything shorter sets up the risk of failure. Waiting too long. I once received a call from a potential client who wanted to start an internal transition. While talking with him on the phone, I discovered that he was 74 years old and had just fired the person he intended to transition to. He also had no other employees with leadership potential, and he wanted to get out as soon as possible. When I suggested an outside sale rather than an internal transition, he readily agreed and then mentioned he was an MBE firm. While he was proud of this fact, he didn't understand that it restricted the number of potential purchasers. In the end, he ended up with a fraction of the value he could have received for his life's work. I am conducting internal transition and valuation of your AE firm seminars at the following places: in New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, and Portland. You can click on these links to go to the registration page and get some more information. You can also contact me here at my website or at my email address if you would like some more information on ownership transition.